Hey there, this is Hamilton Klein. Today I'm going to try a new thing, and I'm calling it a Let's Shop. You've heard of a Let's Play on YouTube, something where somebody plays a video game? Well, I'm just going to be playing with Photoshop. Maybe I'll teach you something, maybe you've already done this before, I don't know. We're going to see how this works out. Today I'm going to be using Photoshop CC, that's the Creative Cloud current version 2015. And I'm going to show you how to take a scanned drawing and turn it into just lines. The problem with scanning a drawing is that you can't draw on the lines or color the lines. For instance, right now if I try to color over this image, it colors over the whole image, and really I'd like to have the lines separate from the white. And a lot of people don't know how to do this in Photoshop, and now you're going to learn. So okay, what we need to do is not be in the layer panel over in the right. What we actually want to be is over in the channels panel. Now in the channels panel, what you'll see is that this shows you a grayscale representation of all of the color in the image. And down here in the lower right, there's a little button that actually says Load Channel as Selection. And if you click this button, it will select your image. Now, it will actually make a grayscale selection, so that means there's multiple levels of selection. It's not just a perfect selection like when you use the selection tool. What it also means is that in the channel panel, white means visible and black means hidden. And so what it's actually selected here is the white of the image, not the black. So let's go ahead and reverse the selection. And we can do that by going up to our Select pull down in the pull downs and going to Inverse. And when you click Inverse, you're going to see that now, instead of having a dotted line around the whole image, it's just around the lines. And so now if we move outside of the channel panel to the Layers panel, what we should be able to do is make one new layer in the Layers panel, and then we should be able to fill that with some color. Now I'm going to hide the previous layer so you'll see what's going on. And there's two easy ways to fill, and they involve Control Backspace or Alt Backspace, or if you're on a Mac, Command and Option. If you hit Control Backspace, you'll fill with the background color, and if you hit Option or Alt Backspace, you'll fill with the foreground color. So now that I've filled with the foreground color, I can Control or Command D to deselect my selection, and now you can see that there is the grid for transparency in the back, and now I have just the lines, no more white. And now what I can do is I can make a new layer behind the line layer, and I can fill that with some color, and you can see that now that color is coming in behind the line layer. And then what I can do is choose another color, and I can select the line layer, and what I can do is lock the transparency of the line layer. And when I lock the transparency of the line layer, now what I can do is color right on the line layer, and it will completely ignore all pixels except ones that already have some color in them. Isn't that fantastic? So now you can color your whole image and you can even color the line art as well to really spice up your image as if you had drawn it digitally from the start. So this basically allows you to have complete control over your pixels, even if you like to start with traditional art, which is awesome. That's a tip for using Photoshop if you are a traditional artist. It's worth mentioning a couple of things. One, this started out as a line drawing. There were no shading. There's no color already on the image. This technique wouldn't really work with anything but a line drawing. So as long as you have a line drawing, this works really well. If you had grayscale shading, it would actually turn that grayscale into partial transparency, which could look cool, but it might not be what you were expecting. If you had color, it just wouldn't work, or at least not really the way it would actually turn it grayscale is basically what it would do. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do on this if you actually wanted it to be something great, but now you're much better on your way. So I think I'm going to make more of these videos for just playing around in Photoshop, and if you're interested in that, stick around. There's probably going to be a bunch more of these. Thanks. Bye.